Hi friends, welcome to your Benchmark YouTube channel. Today we are going to see the topic syllogism based on new pattern. Friends, you may think of what is the use of syllogism in competitive exams. Syllogism helps us to derive concrete conclusions from two or more sentences. Friends, these sentences are assumed to be true even if they are factually not. Okay guys, let's move on to see the scenario of this topic. While solving the questions in syllogism, we have to consider the three major points. First, we have to consider the sentences in the conclusion, whether all are in positive or in negative. Then we have to compare it with the sentences in the statement. The second part is read the sentences in between the lines, both in conclusion part and also in statement part. That is, understand the sentences in conclusion and then compare it with the sentences in the statement. The third part is getting a result or solution from the Venn diagram. Here we can see the sentences in the conclusion part, such as some inputs are output, no mouse is an output, some inputs are speakers, some speakers are outputs. In these sentences, one negative sentence is there, no mouse is an output. While viewing at a glance in the sentences, the statement sentences, we can able to see there are no negative sentences in the statements A and D, so that there is no chance of becoming a result from these A and D statements, so that we can leave it. Friends, this is the first point to be considered, comparing the sentences either in positive or in negative with the statements. The major point is read the sentences in between the lines. Here in the statement C's last sentence, no speakers are outputs. Friends, comparing it with the sentence in the conclusion, some speakers are outputs, we can surely tell that this will not be the answer, so we can neglect it. Then lastly we have only two statements, B and E. Friends, after applying first and the second steps, we have to go for applying Venn diagram. For statement B, all mouse are monitors, no monitor is an output, some outputs are speakers, all speakers are inputs. And then Venn diagram for statement E, some mouse are monitors, no monitor is an output, some outputs are speakers, all speakers are inputs. Here circle and rounded rectangle has been used in Venn diagram for reference only. Friends, you can also use any other shapes. Friends, we are going to comparing the sentences in conclusion with the sentences in the statements simultaneously. Here you can see the sentence, some inputs or outputs, both the statements will follow. But while considering no mouse is an output sentence, in the statement is statement, we can't tell the mouse, whole part of the mouse will not be linked with output. So the only choice will be B, will be the answer. So considering for the other sentences, some inputs are speakers and also some speakers are outputs, all the sentences will follow in the statement B. So that B will be the answer. We can move on to the next question. Here the conclusion sentences are, some houses or store is possibility, some streets are roads, some streets are houses, all stores or houses is possibility. We can see the word possibility is used in the sentences. Friends, if such like words possibility, may, can used in the conclusion statement, we have to directly move on to the second step, that is read the sentences in between the lines. Friends, because of we could not accurately predict the solution using comparing the positive or negative sentences when the possibility statement occurred, so far we can go for second step immediately. While using for second step, we can clearly see statement C is no stores or houses is will not give result when comparing it with the sentence in conclusion, all stores or houses is a possibility, so that we can neglect it. And then applying for Venn diagram for statement A, some stores are roads, some roads are houses, some houses are streets. For statement B, all stores are roads, some roads are not houses. Guys, here we are using the symbol for reference only and also to differentiate the other statements. Some houses are streets. And then for statement D, all stores are roads, some roads are houses, all houses are streets. And then for statement E, all stores are roads. No roads are houses. All houses are streets. Here, comparing the sentence, some house or store is a possibility. With all the statements Venn diagram, the E statement could not follow because all the stores part are inside in the roads. Roads are not houses, so that we cannot say there is a possibility of some houses or store. But in the statement B, some roads are not only houses. Only part of the roads is not linked with the houses, so that there might be a chance of some houses or store. So we cannot neglect the statement B. Considering the second sentence, some streets are roads, we can surely tell the statement D only follows because there is no link between street and road in the A and B statements. And also the conclusion sentences, some streets are houses, all stores or houses is a possibility, are also follow in the statement D, so that the answer will be the statement D. Guys, initially it looks more time to solve, but if you are well engaged with the shortcut, this method and drawing Venn diagram very quickly, you will solve these questions very easily. Okay guys, let's move on to the next question. Here the conclusion sentences are, some books are gates, some books are papers, some files are books, some gates or files is a possibility. Here the possibility sentence is there. So we can move on to second step, reading the sentences in between the lines. Friends, here in the conclusion statement, some files or books is not follow in the C statement because of the sentence no books or files is not give the solution. In applying Venn diagram for statement A, no gates are papers, all papers are books, some books are files, and then for statement B, some gates are papers, all papers are books, some books are files. For statement D, some gates are not papers, all papers are books, some books are not files, and then for statement E, no gates are papers, some papers are books, all books are files. Here we can see the conclusion sentence, some books are gates, is accurately follow in the statement B. In the other statements, we cannot firmly tell some books are gates. So the statement B will be the answer. Even all the sentences in the conclusion will all follow in the B statement. Here you might get doubt on sentence in conclusion, some gates or files is a possibility with the statement. Friends, see here the word possibility. There is a chance of some gates or files, so that we can clearly say this will be the answer. Okay guys, let's move on to the next question. The conclusion sentences are, some photos or images, some pictures or images, some photos or albums, some photos or pictures. There is no possibility sentences. Friends, here we should use first step, comparing the sentences whether in positive or in negative with the statements. There is no negative sentences in the conclusion, so that guys we can neglect both A and C. So next, looking for second step, read the sentences in between the lines. Using second step, we could not exclude any statements. Okay, then we can move on to Venn diagram. Statement B, all images are albums, some albums are pictures, some pictures are photos. For statement D, all images are albums, all albums are pictures, all pictures are photos. And also then for statement E, some images are albums, some albums are pictures, some pictures are photos. Here we can clearly say the statement D will be the answer. When comparing the first sentence of conclusion, some photos or images, because there is no link between the photos and images in other statements. And also the other sentences, some pictures are images, some photos are albums, some photos or pictures will also follow in the statement D. So that the statement D will be the answer. Okay guys, let's move on to the next question. In the conclusion, the sentences are, all flowers being beautiful is a possibility, at least some whites may not be the flowers, some whites are not blue. Some whites are flowers. The possibility sentence is there. So that we can move on to second step. That is reading the sentences in between the lines. Here in the conclusion sentence, some whites are flowers is not following the A and D's statements, because the sentence no flowers are white is in both A and D's statements. This is not follow the conclusions some whites are flowers sentence, so that we can neglect it. Friends, after that applying Venn diagram for statement B, all flowers are white, all whites are beautiful, all beautiful is a blue, and then for statement C, some flowers are white, some whites are beautiful, some beautiful is a blue, and then for statement E, all flowers are white, some whites are beautiful, no beautiful is a blue. Here the sentences in conclusion, all flowers being beautiful is a possibility, and then the sentence at least some whites may not be flowers will follow all the statements. But the statement E only satisfies the sentence in conclusion, some whites are not blue. So that friends, any other statements will not satisfy the conclusion sentences. So we can eventually say E statement will be the solution. Other sentences also will satisfy in the E statement, so that E will be the answer. Friends, the main thing is that approaching the question in your exams will be more important. Initially, while practicing these methods will take more time. While you are well engaged, well knowledge on this method, you can easily clear all this type of questions. Only 3 steps, friends. First of all, comparing the sentences whether in positive or in negative, and then read the sentences in between the lines, that is understanding of sentences, and then finally getting solution from comparing Venn diagram. Guys, practicing more and more questions on it, we can able to solve syllogism very quickly, and also we are providing free PDF on syllogism questions based on new pattern along with our ultimate hard puzzle ebook. The download link is mentioned below in the description. Make use of it, guys. Guys, if you have any doubts or queries regarding this topic, comment it below. We are here to make a good platform for the aspirants. For more updates, follow us on Benchmark YouTube channel and IBPSK.com.